Are you eating something that's silently making you age faster every single day? There's one common nut, found in nearly every pantry, often labeled healthy, that can trigger chronic inflammation, damage your liver, raise your blood pressure, weaken your bones, and even interfere with your medications. It doesn't hurt, it doesn't burn, but it slowly chips away at your health from the inside out. After age 60, even one small mistake in your daily diet can lead to muscle loss, bone fractures, or a foggy mind that forgets names and faces. And here's the twist. It's not junk food. It's something you might eat every day thinking it's good for you. So, which nuts are secretly making your golden years harder? And which 3 super nuts can actually strengthen your bones, support your heart, and sharpen your memory? Welcome to Healthy Aging Life, your trusted source for science-based health tips to help you live longer, feel better, and stay independent. If you care about your health, hit like now. Comment 7 if you've eaten peanuts or cashews in the past week. And don't forget to subscribe to Healthy Aging Life so you never miss practical, life-changing health advice for seniors. Today's secret comment code is Awakened Aging. Type it below if you're ready to take control of your health and longevity. Starting now, let's begin the story. Peanuts are the most harmful nut for older adults. Not because they're fatty, not because of calories, but because of what they carry and what they trigger in your body as you age. First, peanuts aren't even real nuts. They're legumes like beans. They grow underground. That matters, because underground crops are more likely to be exposed to mold. Specifically, Aspergillus flavus, a fungus that produces aflatoxins. Aflatoxins are serious. The World Health Organization classifies them as Group 1 carcinogens. That puts them in the same danger zone as tobacco, asbestos, and arsenic. In younger people, the liver can sometimes process small amounts of aflatoxins. But in older adults, liver function slows down. The detox pathways weaken. Aflatoxins stay in the system longer. Over time, they increase the risk of liver cancer, cirrhosis, and cellular damage. You can't see or smell aflatoxins, but they may already be in that handful of peanuts you snack on each day. Peanuts also contain high levels of omega-6 fatty acids, particularly linoleic acid. Omega-6 is essential, but only in balance. When omega-6 outweighs omega-3 in the diet, it creates a pro-inflammatory state. That's when trouble starts. Chronic inflammation fuels many problems in seniors. Joint pain, arthritis, heart disease, cognitive decline, even type 2 diabetes. You don't feel it right away, but inside your body, things are breaking down. Peanuts quietly feed that fire. Let's take someone like Bill Clinton. After his heart surgery, he changed his diet drastically. He cut out foods that promoted inflammation, foods that damaged his arteries. If you're trying to protect your heart and stay mobile, peanuts work against that goal. And the risks don't stop there. Peanuts contain vitamin K, which can interfere with blood-thinning medications like warfarin. Many seniors rely on these drugs to prevent strokes and blood clots. But if you eat too many peanuts, your vitamin K intake may blunt the medication's effect. Too much vitamin K, blood clots. Too little, bleeding. Peanuts throw off that balance without warning. Now think about peanut butter. It's everywhere. Many people spread it on toast thinking it's heart healthy. But most commercial brands are loaded with hydrogenated oils, refined sugar, and excess sodium. Those ingredients raise blood pressure, stiffen arteries, and increase the risk of vascular disease. Not ideal for a 70-year-old trying to stay sharp and strong. You may think a small spoonful isn't a big deal, but these things add up, day after day, year after year. Peanuts also contain lectins, proteins that some researchers believe may irritate the gut lining. For people with autoimmune issues or inflammation-related conditions, that can make symptoms worse. And let's not forget allergies. Peanuts are one of the most common food allergens in the world. Even small traces can cause reactions in sensitive individuals. As we age, immune sensitivity changes. Some people develop reactions later in life, even if they tolerated peanuts in the past. So what do you get? A nut that's not really a nut. One that brings liver toxins, inflammation, medication risks, and hidden additives. Peanuts are cheap, convenient, familiar, but for older adults they're also the most dangerous. In this stage of life, every bite counts, and peanuts just aren't worth the risk. Cashews seem like a better choice. They're buttery, smooth, elegant. But for seniors, cashews come with hidden risks, ones that slowly harm your bones, kidneys, and blood sugar stability. First, oxalates. Cashews are high in oxalates. These are natural compounds that bind to calcium in your digestive system. When oxalates bind calcium, they form calcium oxalate crystals. And those crystals can turn into kidney stones. Kidney stones are more than just painful. In older adults, they can cause infections, dehydration, and long-term kidney damage. If you're already taking medications that affect kidney function, or if you don't drink enough water, the risk goes up even more. That's not the only issue. When calcium binds to oxalates, it doesn't reach your bones. That's a problem for seniors. You need calcium to prevent osteoporosis. Without it, bones weaken. Hips, wrists, and spine become more fragile. One fall could mean a long hospital stay or permanent loss of mobility. Cashews rob your body of bone protection. They also raise your blood sugar. Cashews contain more carbohydrates than most other nuts. 1 ounce has about 9 grams of carbs. For people with diabetes or prediabetes, that's enough to trigger a glucose spike. Spikes lead to crashes. That means fatigue, cravings, and worse, long-term damage to your blood vessels and nerves. Over time, high blood sugar harms vision, slows wound healing, and increases the risk of limb loss. Even Tom Hanks publicly shared his type 2 diabetes diagnosis. He admitted he ignored early signs and ate whatever he wanted. Now he's careful. Foods that quietly raise blood sugar, like cashews, don't belong on his plate anymore, and they shouldn't be on yours either. Cashews also come with a choking risk. Their shape and slippery texture make them tough to chew. For seniors with dry mouth, dentures, or swallowing issues, they can easily become a hazard. A quick snack turns into an emergency. There's also the portion problem. Cashews are hard to resist. They're rich. They're creamy. Most people don't stop at a handful. But just 20 cashews can deliver 170 plus calories, high carb content, and a large oxalate load, all in a matter of minutes. And don't assume roasted and salted is safer. Many packaged cashews are cooked in refined oils and coated in sodium. That raises blood pressure and inflames joints. Not ideal for someone managing arthritis or heart disease. Cashews aren't toxic, but they're tricky. The downsides hide behind the pleasant taste and luxury image. They deplete calcium, stress your kidneys, destabilize your blood sugar, and pose a physical risk when eating. For older adults trying to preserve strength, clarity, and balance, cashews are not your friend. Compared to peanuts, the damage is different. Less toxic, but still disruptive. Cashews don't attack the liver. They attack what supports your mobility, stability, and metabolism. If peanuts were the first red flag, cashews are the second. Beautiful to look at, dangerous to rely on. Pine nuts may look harmless, small, pale, elegant, but for older adults they come with some very real dangers, starting with your sense of taste. Let's talk about pine mouth syndrome. It's a strange condition. After eating pine nuts, everything you eat or drink may start to taste metallic. Water, coffee, even your favorite soup. It all tastes like coins. This can last days, sometimes even weeks. For younger people, it's annoying. For seniors, it's serious. Metallic taste leads to loss of appetite. No appetite means less protein, less fiber, and less essential nutrients. That's how malnutrition begins, quietly and gradually. Seniors already face challenges with eating. Dry mouth, weak digestion, reduced sense of smell. Add metal mouth to that list, and it becomes a problem that affects the entire body. Less food means less energy, more falls, slower healing, and muscle loss. Now consider what pine nuts do inside your body. They're high in polyunsaturated fats. First, that sounds good. But these fats are fragile. They oxidize quickly, especially if the nuts are stored improperly or past their shelf life. Oxidized fats release free radicals. These damage your cells, especially your brain, joints, and arteries. Over time, this leads to inflammation, mental fog, and faster aging. Oxidative stress is a key factor in Alzheimer's, heart disease, and arthritis. Think about someone like Angela Merkel. Even in retirement, she values clarity and health. A nut that compromises mental sharpness, even slightly, wouldn't make it into her diet plan, especially when the risks aren't obvious at first glance. Pine nuts also have a dark side with medications. Compounds in pine nuts may interfere with how your body metabolizes certain drugs. These include statins, blood pressure meds, and even some antidepressants. That interference can cause unpredictable results. Either your medication becomes too strong, or it stops working altogether. For older adults taking multiple prescriptions, this adds a layer of hidden danger. And then there's the choking risk. Pine nuts are small, slick, and easy to swallow wrong. For someone with poor dental strength or difficulty swallowing, they can be a hazard. One quick inhale can lead to a cough, a blockage, or even a trip to the ER. They're also expensive. That makes them feel like a premium food. But the price tag doesn't protect you from the biological impact. Sometimes it distracts you from it. And pine nuts have no warning signs. You don't feel sick right away. The metallic taste hits later. The oxidation damage builds silently. Drug interactions don't show up until your blood pressure or energy starts behaving strangely. Compared to peanuts and cashews, the harm from pine nuts is more neurological and metabolic. It's about what you feel, what you don't eat, and what starts to fade slowly in the background. They don't need to be poisonous to be harmful. They just need to interfere. And pine nuts do that in subtle, disruptive ways. For seniors who want clear thinking, stable medication effects, and a healthy appetite, pine nuts should be approached with caution or avoided altogether. If there's one nut seniors should add to their daily routine, it's almonds. They're small, simple, and loaded with age-defying nutrients. Almonds are high in calcium and magnesium. Both are essential for bone health. Calcium strengthens your bones. Magnesium helps your body absorb that calcium and keeps it in the right places, your skeleton, not your arteries. As we age, bone density naturally decreases. That's how osteoporosis begins. Weaker bones mean more fractures, more falls, longer recovery. Almonds help slow that decline. Just 1 ounce of almonds provides about 8% of your daily calcium needs. It's not everything, but it's a start. When paired with magnesium, the combination becomes more powerful. Stronger bones, better balance, less risk of injury. Almonds also protect the heart. They're rich in monounsaturated fats, the same kind found in olive oil. These fats help lower LDL cholesterol, the bad kind, and increase HDL cholesterol, the good kind. This means less plaque buildup, better circulation, reduced risk of heart disease and stroke. Heart disease is still the leading cause of death in people over 65. Almonds can help fight that without side effects, prescriptions, or complicated routines. Even Barack Obama, known for prioritizing health and routine, includes nuts like almonds in his diet. They're part of a long-game strategy to protect energy, focus, and endurance. But almonds don't just help the heart and bones. They're good for the brain, too. They're packed with vitamin E, a potent antioxidant. Vitamin E protects your cells, especially brain cells, from oxidative damage. This matters. Oxidative stress is a major factor in cognitive decline and memory loss. Regular almond consumption is linked to sharper thinking, better memory, and a slower aging brain. Seniors who eat almonds tend to stay mentally clearer, longer. They also support digestion. Almonds contain fiber, which helps prevent constipation, a common issue in older adults. A healthier gut supports better nutrient absorption and lower systemic inflammation. Need to maintain muscle? Almonds help there too. They provide plant-based protein. This is essential to combat sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass. Without enough protein, muscles weaken. Balance suffers. Fatigue increases. Almonds give you that steady protein boost without meat, cholesterol, or heavy cooking. And here's something many overlook: the act of chewing. Chewing almonds helps keep jaw strength intact. It promotes saliva, which aids digestion and oral hygiene. That's especially important for seniors with dry mouth or dental issues. They're also low in carbs. That means they're safe for people with diabetes or those watching blood sugar. Almonds help prevent spikes and crashes, keeping energy stable throughout the day. A handful, about 23 almonds, is all you need. Add them to oatmeal, salads, smoothies, or eat them raw. They're shelf-stable, easy to carry, easy to eat, no prep required. Even celebrities like Jennifer Garner and Tom Brady use almonds as part of a performance-focused, longevity-based diet. Simple, effective, no gimmicks. Almonds support bones, heart, brain, digestion, and muscle, all in one bite. If you're choosing just one nut to commit to in your senior years, this is the one. If almonds protect the body, walnuts protect the brain. For older adults, that's just as critical, if not more. Walnuts are rich in ALA, alpha-linolenic acid. It's a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid. Your body uses ALA to reduce inflammation, support nerve health, and maintain flexibility in blood vessels. Inflammation is one of the root causes of cognitive decline. It damages neurons. It slows down signals in the brain. Over time, it contributes to Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and age-related memory loss. Walnuts help break that cycle. ALA helps reduce inflammation in the brain, keeps brain cells firing smoothly. It improves blood flow to the brain, which supports focus, clarity, and better decision-making. Former U.S. President Jimmy Carter, even well into his 90s, credited a clean, plant-forward diet for his sharpness. Walnuts were a staple in that lifestyle, but ALA is just the beginning. Walnuts are packed with polyphenol, plant-based antioxidants. These fight free radicals, the unstable molecules that damage brain cells. Free radicals are a natural part of aging, but too many of them accelerate brain fog and confusion. Polyphenol in walnuts cross the blood-brain barrier. That's rare. Once inside, they work directly in brain tissue, protecting neurons from oxidative stress. This makes walnuts one of the few foods shown to support long-term cognitive health. Walnuts may also improve mood. They support serotonin pathways, which help regulate stress and emotional balance. For seniors dealing with isolation or anxiety, walnuts are a simple way to support mental wellness. They also benefit your circulation. Walnuts contain arginine, an amino acid that helps relax blood vessels. That leads to better blood flow, not just to the brain, but to muscles and extremities. Better circulation means better mobility, better balance, and more energy. Even small improvements in blood flow can mean fewer falls, quicker reflexes, and improved stamina. Walnuts are also linked to better sleep. They naturally contain melatonin, the hormone that regulates your sleep-wake cycle. Just a handful before bed can help support deeper, more restful sleep, something many older adults struggle with. Better sleep means better memory consolidation, stronger immunity, and improved recovery for the body and brain. And yes, walnuts support heart health too. They help reduce LDL cholesterol and triglycerides, both of which are risk factors for stroke. That means this one nut supports brain, mood, sleep, blood vessels, and heart, with no medication required. Even famous figures like Warren Buffett, known for valuing sharp thinking well into his 90s, reportedly snacks on walnuts regularly. He doesn't take that kind of mental clarity for granted. Walnuts are easy to eat. A small handful, 7 halves per day, is enough to see benefits. Toss them on oatmeal, yogurt, or salads. You can even blend them into smoothies or use walnut butter. They're not just brain food, they're longevity food. If almonds protect your bones and heart, walnuts protect who you are, your memory, your focus, your sense of self. And after 60, that might be the most important protection of all. If walnuts nourish the brain, pistachios take care of your eyes and heart. For older adults, these two areas often decline first and quietly. That's where pistachios make a real difference. They're rich in lutein and zeaxanthin. These are carotenoids, the same pigments found in leafy greens and bright vegetables. But unlike many foods, pistachios deliver these compounds in a concentrated, highly absorbable form. Lutein and zeaxanthin protect the retina, especially the macula, the part of your eye responsible for sharp, central vision. As you age, this area becomes vulnerable to macular degeneration. Once it starts, vision can fade fast. Pistachios act like internal sunglasses. They filter blue light, reduce oxidative stress, and protect eye tissue. That means better contrast sensitivity, sharper focus, and less strain when reading or driving. Vision is independence. It's the difference between walking confidently and risking a fall, between reading a medication label or making a dangerous mistake. Pistachios support that independence. Stephen Colbert, a lifelong fan of pistachios and eye health, often jokes about snacks on air, but there's science behind his snack of choice. It's not just comedy, it's clarity. Pistachios also support the heart. They're high in potassium, even more per ounce than most fruits. Potassium is essential for blood pressure control. It counteracts the effects of sodium, relaxes blood vessels, and reduces the workload on your heart. Seniors with high blood pressure often take medication, but diet matters just as much. A handful of pistachios a day can support that effort naturally. Over time, better blood pressure means less risk of stroke, heart failure, and kidney damage. Pistachios also contain plant sterols, which help lower LDL cholesterol. That means fewer arterial blockages and better circulation. And unlike many heart-healthy processed snacks, pistachios are whole, unprocessed, and nutrient-dense. They're also a great source of fiber that helps regulate digestion, lowers blood sugar spikes, and feeds good gut bacteria, important for immune strength and inflammation control. Let's talk about protein. Pistachios are one of the highest protein nuts, almost 6 grams per ounce. That helps preserve muscle mass, especially critical for seniors battling sarcopenia. Strong muscles mean better balance, fewer falls, and more freedom. Pistachios also promote mindful eating. You crack them one by one. That slows you down, helps you feel full faster, reduces overeating. It's a built-in self-control system. Even Queen Letizia of Spain, known for her focus on healthy aging and Mediterranean nutrition, includes pistachios in her regular diet. They're elegant, nutritious, and easy to portion. The color matters too. That bright green and purple hue, it's a sign of polyphenol and antioxidants. These reduce inflammation, protect cells, and help skin stay healthy. Aging gracefully isn't just about wrinkles, it's about what's happening on the inside. One serving, about 49 kernels, is all it takes. Add them to yogurt, sprinkle on salad, blend into pesto, or enjoy them straight from the shell. Compared to almonds and walnuts, pistachios bring a different kind of power. They support vision, vascular health, and weight control without sacrificing flavor. If you want to age with energy and sharpness, and keep seeing the world clearly, pistachios deserve a place in your day. Real-life story. How one simple switch changed a life at 68. Balan was 68. She lived a quiet, independent life. But things had started to shift. Her bones ached. Her blood pressure was high. She moved slower. Stairs became harder. She began to fear slipping in the shower or falling while gardening. Activities that once brought her joy. She had osteoporosis, and her doctor warned her, if she fell, she might not walk again. Her diet seemed fine. She avoided fast food, ate home-cooked meals, and like many people her age, she reached for what she thought were healthy snacks, peanuts and cashews. But the results didn't match the effort. Her joints stayed stiff. Her blood pressure remained high. Her energy stayed low. Then she did something simple. She changed her nuts. On her doctor's recommendation, she eliminated peanuts and cashews. In their place, she began eating almonds and walnuts every day. Just a handful of each. Nothing fancy. The results were fast and noticeable. Her calcium intake improved. Almonds gave her the minerals her body needed to rebuild bone. Magnesium helped her absorb that calcium properly. Her bone scans showed slowed bone loss. She wasn't reversing osteoporosis, but for the first time in years, it wasn't getting worse. Her strength returned gradually. She could walk farther, rise from a chair without needing to push with both hands. Her balance improved. She even started joining her local walking group again, something she hadn't done in over a year. The second change came from walnuts. They helped her reduce inflammation. She had fewer aches in the morning. Her fingers didn't swell. Her shoes fit better. Her blood pressure readings improved without increasing her medication. Why? Because walnuts are rich in omega-3 ALA and polyphenol. These compounds relax blood vessels, improve circulation, and reduce arterial stiffness. With better blood flow, her blood pressure naturally settled into a safer range. Her doctor was impressed. No crash diets, no supplements, no over-the-top protocols. Just a simple change in 2 daily foods. She also reported better sleep. Walnuts contain melatonin, and that small benefit helped her fall asleep faster. Better rest gave her more energy in the day. That, in turn, kept her more active. It was a positive cycle. She didn't do it all at once. She didn't overhaul her life. She simply looked at what wasn't helping and swapped it for something that did. Even her family noticed. Her daughter commented that she looked less tired. Her grandson said she was faster than before. Those small compliments meant everything. This story isn't rare. It's repeatable. Small choices compound, especially with food, especially with age. And for Balan, 2 switches, out with peanuts and cashews, in with almonds and walnuts, changed everything. If someone like Michelle Obama can lead national movements by promoting smarter food choices, people like Balan prove those changes work at home, at any age. You don't need perfection. You just need intention. And in this case, the right nut at the right time made all the difference. One small change in your daily routine, removing 3 harmful nuts and replacing them with 3 powerful ones, can lead to a massive difference in how you feel and move. No medications, no extreme diets, just smart choices backed by science. Remember, aging doesn't begin when your hair turns gray. It begins the moment you stop paying attention to what fuels your body. Don't let old habits quietly steal your mobility, your memory, or your freedom. Just like the woman you heard about today, Mrs. Lon, you can take back control by choosing the right foods. And it all starts with the simple decision. Which nuts go into your body, and which ones stay out? So what about you? Which nuts do you eat every day? Have you ever noticed a change in your health after adjusting your diet? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, please leave a comment, and subscribe to Healthy Aging Life, your go-to channel for aging well, staying sharp, and living with purpose. Don't forget to comment the secret code, Awakened Aging. That lets us know you're still here, and still committed to living strong, clear, and free. We'll see you in the next video.